We have an order. Chairwoman Pike, Chairwoman Diaz, and members of the Joint Committee on Education. I am writing and testifying to inform you of my support for House 450 and Senate 209, and acts relative to healthy youth. This legislation offers a responsible approach to comprehensive sexual education by allowing school districts to make their own determination about whether or not to make this information available to students. Ensuring districts who decide to teach sexuality education follow standard guidelines to offer an effective program is the simple aim of this legislation. Evidence supports medically accurate, age-appropriate sexuality education, which includes abstinence, contraceptive, and healthy communication relationships. The Healthy Youth Bill preserves the role of parents in determining what is best for their children. Family values are important to me as well as my district. The bill ensures parents retain control over their children's health education by maintaining their right to opt their child out of and talk about these matters within the family. However, not every parent chooses to discuss this subject, and not every child will ask. The legislation creates additional opportunities for young people to access the proper information they need to make healthy decisions. My constituents share the values outlined in this bill, and I would be proud to vote in favor of its passage should it come to the floor of the House. I hope that you and your fellow committee members give H 450 and Senate 209 a favorable report. Thank you.
Seeing no questions, thank you for your very concise testimony. Dr. Kogo, did you want to testify?
Good morning, Chairwoman Diaz and Chairwoman Pike, committee members. Thank you for taking me out of turn. I'm Representative Denise Provo from Somerville. Just a few weeks ago, there was a lobby day here in the State House for pregnant and parenting teens, and I was visited by 3 young women of 15 from my district. One of whom had given birth at age 13, one of whom had given birth at age 14, and one of whom was sitting in my office pregnant at 15. And we had a longish chat in which I had asked them questions about their lives. And one thing that I asked them is, what do you think could have been different in your lives to make your lives better? And they all said the same thing. They said, we wish we had known more. We wish we had known more about sex. And one of them commented, not every family has the sex talk. And, at least one came from a fairly fractured family where her mother died young and she'd been raised by a grandmother who had died. And, it was not clear exactly who would have sat down with her and given her the sex talk or answered her questions. But I think we have to acknowledge that a lot of young people are in similar situations where they're not going to get at home the answers or the information that they have when they are curious, or they will be discouraged from asking questions, or perhaps they will be given misleading or vague information. And I think that's a very sad state of affairs. I absolutely would urge you to report favorably out House 450 and its Senate analog. I think that the guidelines for what constitutes minimal accurate sex education are the least we can do. I'm not totally happy with the opt-out provisions. A parent certainly can't opt their child out of what they hear from their classmates on the playground and the lunchroom and other conversations, which is often less accurate and less desirable information than they would get from teachers who are trained. Again, I know this bill has been before us in previous sessions. I would hope that now is the time that we can report this bill out favorably and make its
questions? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you very much.
The next panel we have signed up on this bill is Nora Keefe and Julie Keefe. So here.
Thank you for having us. I'm here as a mother, and this is my daughter, Julie. I'm a mother of 4 publicly educated children from the ages of 14 to 21. Juliet is a junior in college right now. 6 years ago, I decided that I had to address the task of educating them about their sexual health. And so I went on to consider what I could do to learn. I participated in multiple training programs. I learned how to counsel young women and men on their sexual health. I hosted sex ed seminars for parents and teens. And I also teach a sex ed program for 8th graders in our church. I'm fortunate because I've had the time and means to make this effort, and my children have benefited from it. It was this education that gave me the confidence to participate, to prioritize developing healthy and respectful rapport with my children about their sexual health. It's been my experience that our children and their parents are not empowered with the information they need to make safe choices and healthy decisions. This education does not come intuitively. It's not comprehended in a talk. It is a conversation that should start with young people, and it should continue to evolve throughout their lives. As a mother, a teacher, and volunteer counselor, I believe we're not doing enough to educate our youth. I've spoken with many parents, teens, and young adults, and I hear the anxiety and fear that comes with a lack of knowledge. Parents want help, and our children need to be informed. School curriculums can provide the answers and begin to normalize this conversation of sexual health. An act relative to healthy youth would ensure that school districts that choose to offer sex education will provide comprehensive and medically accurate information. Being well informed allows a young person to act from a position of power and confidence. If we're going to teach them, let's give them all the facts and allow them the opportunity to respect their bodies and their health. Thank you.
As she said, I'm a junior at Boston College. I'm involved in volunteer health education, so I thought that this was really interesting for your part. Whenever I talk about the open relationship that I have with my mother, I'm always prepared for the inevitable responses. That must be so awkward, or so you tell her like everything, or I wish I had that with my mom. And believe it or not, the third remark is the one that I hear most often. Sex is natural and it happens. We're all proof of that. So why is our society afraid to talk about it? I am thankful every day that I've had the education that I had from elementary school all the way through college. But I'm lucky. I was given health education by open-minded and intellectual teachers, and I have parents who are not only available for questions, but they're not afraid of them. Ignorance leads to fear. A fear of young people growing up and making their own choices, a fear of the mistakes they might make, or decisions they might regret. Education is the easiest method of prevention. We do not live in the Middle Ages. We have technology, medicine, and knowledge at our disposal, and yet we keep it from growing bodies in an effort to protect them. Knowledge is power. I say this knowing full well that it is an old cliche, but there's no better way to say it. In order to protect today's youth from making unhealthy decisions, we have to provide them with the information so they are armed with the skills to make healthy ones. I have been a member of the Boston College branch of Peer Health Exchange for 2 years. We teach many sexual health topics to local high school students. I love teaching for PHE because I will always walk away feeling like I have made a difference. But I'm only there for an hour. Teaching such an important topic requires a rapport, heated discussion, and a prolonged period for questions. Peer Health Exchange is providing a necessary service for these students, but it's not enough. We emphasize to the students when we teach that we will not be telling you what to do or what not to do. Instead, we will be giving you important information and skills related to our topic so that you will be empowered to make your own decisions. The only way we can protect our students is to educate them. With the proper skills and knowledge taught by trained professionals in the school environment, young people can confidently make informed decisions that will keep them safe and healthy. It is for this reason that I support this Healthy Youth Bill. We need a standardized, medically accurate, and age-appropriate health education curriculum that is available to every student in Massachusetts. Learning about health and sexuality is just as important to young people as math and English. It's time our curriculum is up to that. Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question for you. As a peer health educator, were you or are you provided with a curriculum, a training on that curriculum before you go into the classroom to deliver it, or do you decide your own lesson?
Peer Health has their own, they have like a workbook, and according to the workshop that you teach, you're given a very strict workshop regimen, and you have to memorize the workshop and you test it on your knowledge of the facts and the organization of it. So yeah, it's very well organized, and they do have a curriculum that Peer Health has certified.
Thank you for your time.
Madam Chair?
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you guys go, let's take one more question.
Sorry, Julie, I just wanted to ask one question. Having such a comparison in the class you have, do you find yourself in your peer groups as soon as you, from teenager on, kind of being the person that debunks myths that you hear from your peers? They come to you as kind of the go-to person?
Yeah. People know that my mom is involved in Planned Parenthood, and they know that I'm involved in Peer Health and another group called Bystander Inclusion. So I have a lot of, health information, and when people say things that I know to be incorrect or factually inaccurate, I'll stand up and I'll say,